Capital punishment, otherwise known as the death penalty, stems all the way back to ancient Greece. It developed around the world, from far eastern China to Europe and abroad. It is synonymous with gruesome deaths designed to deter anyone from committing crimes. These punishments include burning, hanging, and beheading, or even more gruesome forms of capital punishment, such as scaphism or the Colombian necktie. A word of advice, please don't search these up. Alright, let's think through this. Firstly, why is the death penalty permitted whilst murder is illegal? Well, to understand both of these things, we need to know what these things mean. So, death penalty is determined as the legal authorized killing of someone as punishment for a crime, whereas murder is the unlawful premeditated killing of one human being by another. Where is it used? So, as you can see on the map, it is used by 58 countries in the world. So what crimes is the death penalty used for? Well, as you can tell, capital punishment is used for capital crimes. These include crimes against humanity, murder, drug trafficking, other offenses, including sexual assault involving a minor of age under 14, 13, or 11. Charges for murder. Charges vary depending on location, but the charges for murder in New South Wales is as follows. Under New South Wales State, the maximum penalty for murder is life imprisonment, with a standard non-parole period of 20 years or 25 years for the murder of a child under the age of 18. Attempted murder carries a maximum penalty of life or 17 years imprisonment. The charges for murder in China, a country which still retains capital punishment, is as follows. The penalty law of the People's Republic of China, as amended in 1997, provides for a penalty of death or imprisonment for life or no less than 10 years for killing with intent. However, the penalty for minor killing with intent is imprisonment for no less than 3 years. In practice, killing with indignation, killing someone who is obviously very harmful to society, and killings committed in excessive defense are considered as minor. So let's dig deeper into the topic of capital punishment. An example of the death penalty being used is the John Wayne Gacy Jr. case, he was executed in 1994. Gacy is a particularly chilling example of a sadistic individual. Gacy was convicted of the murder and rape of 33 boys and young men between 1972 and 1978. Gacy was executed by lethal injection in Illinois, telling his executioners in his final words to "kiss my ass." So why is the death penalty so heavily debated? Well, firstly, some points for the death penalty are that it's good as an effective way of protecting society from the crimes it covers. It acts as a deterrent for many, as death is often seen as the ultimate punishment. It also protects the whole of society from repeat offenders who refuse to change, and who are not scared of other possible consequences. Having serious offenders executed also means the government doesn't have to use taxpayers' money on the criminals' welfare in prison. Why is murder illegal, and what separates the two? Well, obviously, murder is illegal as we don't want people killing each other without consequences, as the effects of killing someone extend beyond that person's life to friends, family, and others around them. Human life is also very precious, and murder is irreversible. Capital punishment is different to murder as, hence the name, it is a punishment. It is a consequence for actions which the government deems serious enough to end the life of someone who is convicted, and it is also done for the good of the whole society in a controlled way. The law is what holds our society back from anarchy, and its judgment is to be respected by all, and thus it is suited to the decision of ending life infinitely better than the individual's judgment. Here are some points against the death penalty, and why the death penalty is not the answer. Our criminal justice system rests on 4 pillars: protection, retribution, deterrence, and rehabilitation. Sure, the death penalty serves to protect and give retribution to victims of crimes committed, but it doesn't actually serve as a deterrence or rehabilitation for sentenced criminals. These criminals are often mentally traumatized or deranged, which is why they commit these sorts of villainous acts. It also doesn't serve as rehabilitation, which is the notion that prison helps for people to overcome, realize their mistakes, and come out of it as better people. The death sentence is crude and doesn't allow for people to learn. In the USA, for example, more mass murders and horrible crimes are being committed because of rising geopolitical and racial tensions. By condemning criminals to their death sentence, it just makes them look like martyrs who die for their cause.
Created using Powtoon.